This opening. I'm Giorgio Prister from Major Cities of Europe. I represent an organization which is gathering cities around Europe, more specifically CIOs and IT managers of cities. And our mission is to exchange experiences. Now, because of the network we have created, which is quite effective, we are also in charge of dissemination of one specific project, which is very interesting for our members. Now, similarly to the Future Internet PPP, Fupol is also about future, but it's now, exactly as Future Internet is now. And it means future policies. And I must say, this project has become extremely interesting. When we started 3 years ago, it was still not so popular among politicians to engage citizens in discussions, although it happened already. Now it's becoming one of the key topics that politicians want to engage in, although it is sometimes a risky engagement, as I will explain. Now, what is the difference between the normal e-participation of citizens to what we have developed with Fupol? The difference is the following. Traditional participation, we know, is public assemblies, communication through media, and so on and so on. This is one way, effective, but one way, and it doesn't help in really having participation. Web 2.0 has enabled a lot of interaction between politicians and citizens through Twitter, Facebook, and so on, but still, it is not participation. This is still one-to-one exchange of information. Sometimes it's broadcasted, but it doesn't give to the ones who must make policy decisions the power and the capability to understand in a broad sense what is really happening, what citizens really want. And so the meaning of our project is to respond to such questions like, how do I access as a politician to different online communities? How can I extract ideas and proposals? How can I understand priorities? How can I propose different alternatives and initiatives which might be alternative to what citizens are proposing, get feedbacks, ideas, stimulate different... so create a dialogue which can lead to a decision which might be or might not be, but should be, if possible, accepted and welcomed by the citizens. So what the Fupol objective is, first, to create an integrated governance model for cities. Model. So integrated model, I will tell you what it is. Second, enable social media policy simulation and develop related IT tools. And finally, develop a platform to shape politics. This is what the final goal is. Now, as I mentioned, this is a European-funded project, a research project that started in 2011. It is quite significant, €9 million budget. We have 18 partners. Now, policy decisions in Europe are one thing, but we have also policy makers in other regions of the world. We have one city in China, which participates to the project, and the city of Yantai, and one city in Africa, or more specifically a slum in Africa called Mtwapa in Kenya. And so we have selected those wide variety of pilot cities because we wanted to have really a wide variety of policy domains. So we have one in UK, Barnsley, one in Croatia, one in Macedonia, one in China, one in Cyprus, and one in Kenya. So the biggest one is in China, 6 million inhabitants, and the others, you know, they are from Europe. Pegei is also from Europe, but it's very, very small town, 30,000 inhabitants, and Mtwapa is a slum. So the idea is the following, and that's the idea we have implemented, it's already as a pilot, is that the integrated process of policy making is made of first step, agenda setting. Understanding what is happening, what people think, select ideas, select priorities, and then, after that, analyze, and then formulate a policy decision, and then, if it is accepted, implement it, and monitor the result. But here it's an iteration, because in reality policy decisions might be different. And so in this step we have also the simulation. What happens if I propose something like that or something like that instead, or if I choose this priority instead of the other one? And the idea is that we are implementing, and we have in many pilots, is that we present those alternatives to the citizens so that they can give a rate of what it is about. So it is about an integrated technology platform, and it's a toolbox because it's made of many elements that can be used depending on what we want to achieve. The policy domains, there are many. Land use, for instance, is in Barnsley. We have tourism in Pegeia. We have economic development in Yantai, and so on. So there are many domains of application that we are focusing in the different pilots. And the policy design process that we have implemented, very simplified, is first collect, analyze, and interpret opinions from internet and media and extract what we call the hot topics. Second, involve stakeholders through multi-channel social computing. I will explain what I mean. And finally, simulate the effects of policies and then present this to the citizens for a final decision. So about collecting data, collecting information from the media, citizens discuss about policy priorities. Whatever the mayor thinks about it, they discuss by themselves anyway. So it's on social media, where groups are discussing about initiatives in the city or problems in the city. It's about print media, newspapers. It's about radio and TV. In radio and TV, there are a lot of discussions about, especially the local ones. So we have created a single window on which we collect all this, we analyze it, we categorize it, and we extract from it the hot topics. So it's not the mass of hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of messages, but we extract at the end only the key elements. And then we give the opportunity to the politicians to follow them. So understand how they evolve. Maybe one day this is a hot topic because maybe there has been flooding in the city. Maybe in the summertime it has changed completely. And so we give them also the possibility to understand how they evolve and if they are still hot or maybe they disappear. One other example is to understand where are the hot spots, where some topics are really hot in the map of the city. Another example is to let them understand from specific keywords what specific topic is hot in some areas. And all this is to represent to the politicians in an easy way and in a condensed way the key elements on which then they can start simulating what. One example, in Zagreb, we are one of the elements, we are focusing social welfare. Specifically, the city is developing a park for autistic children. And this has an impact because they need some specific space to run their lives. At the same time, other citizens need also, so there is a green park, and we have developed many alternatives on how to equip that in order to, and then asking to the citizens what they think about it. Another tool that we have developed is analyzing which are the key leaders in those discussions, maybe to engage them further in further discussing about it. So this is a very short summary. I'm here. I'm ready to answer to your question more specifically. On the table, there are some flyers. One last message. We have finished the research and development. We are in the pilot phase, and we are now in the exploitation. We are now preparing the exploitation, which means that this is not research by the sake of research. This is something we are planning, and we are really making agreements in many countries on how to exploit it in real cases. And so we are looking for partners to do that because we are not able to cover the whole world, although we started having very good partnership, but the message to you is that this is not something that is just to be published on nice website. This is something to be used and ready to be used. And so finally, what is expected is a better recognition of citizen needs, better forecast of policy impacts, overall, helping the politicians to take possibly the right decisions, or enable them to take decisions which are different from what the cities want, but at least they have facts on which to show why it is better to go this way rather than another way. Thank you.